Shalom and welcome to the holiest place in the world and the greatest year of your life. And we got a job, and thank God you've got the greatest people to help you do your job. And our job is to let you know how great you are. How great you are. And you've got to leave here after a year, maybe two, having tapped into your potential as a great person, as part of the greatest nation who ever walked the face of the planet. 2,000 years of exile, Holocaust, pogroms, Spanish Inquisition, and still we're the greatest nation, the most resilient nation to ever walk the face of the planet, and you're the new chosen people. You're the ones who are coming up next. And we, your masters, we, your masters, are very, very, very committed to helping you become the greatest person that you can become. The first thing we say in the morning is Modeh Ani. Modeh Ani, what does that mean? Simple meaning is I'm grateful. Very important to be grateful. But a deeper meaning is Modeh Ani means I acknowledge myself. I acknowledge myself. Modeh means to acknowledge. Modeh, I'm Modeh al Emet, I acknowledge. So Modeh Ani means I acknowledge myself. So you're here to acknowledge yourself, to build yourself, to become the greatest person you can become. Not on your own. Hello? I acknowledge you. Acknowledge yourself. You got to know how great you are. It's the most important thing. Many people are walking around saying, I'm not good enough. What's wrong with me? What do people think of me? I'm such an idiot. You can't do that anymore. There's no putting yourself down, and there's no putting other people down. Roasting was for before Yeshiva. You're in Yeshiva now. There's no roasting. Putting people down is the lowest. The lowest thing you can do is to put people down. You're on the same team. You're on the same team here. Now, if you were born in Israel and you reached 18, you would now be going to the army. You'd be joining the army, and you'd be a unit in the army. And you go into Gaza, and you go into Lebanon, and you'd risk your life, and you'd risk your legs, and you'd risk your arms, fighting for something that you believe in. So in an army unit, you can't be putting each other down. You've got to be picking each other up. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You should love your fellow as yourself. It's the most basic thing in the world. It means you have to love yourself first. I love myself. I respect myself. I don't let myself down. I keep myself to higher standards. I'm a kind person. I'm a loving person. I struggle. You're allowed to struggle in life. That's okay. But I'm not a victim. I'm not a spectator in my life. I'm a vibrant participant in my life. Life isn't happening against me. Life is happening for me. You have to become a great person living a great life. You have to do that. We don't want you to be 90 years old and look back on your life and regret your life. You've got to live your life from now. This literally is the beginning of your life. Until you came here, you were just some guy in America, Frisch, wherever you went. Nothing, you know nothing. You experienced nothing. I'm English, I don't even know what Frisch is. I just keep hearing that word. Now, you're actually stepping out of your comfort zone. You're stepping out of your home, and you're coming to a new place. You've got to big up. You've got to step up. Take a step up. So in the army unit, they can't be putting each other down. They've got to be lifting. You've got to lift everyone up. A big person, you think a big person is someone who puts someone else down. That's not true. That's a little person. A big person is someone who lifts other people up. I want to make other people good. I want to be good. I want to do good. Very, very important. So you got 18-year-old, and we see them. I just walked in here. There was a whole unit of soldiers. And people are going, and they're giving their life for the Jewish people. I'm going to give my life. I'm going to give my legs for the Jewish people in the land of Israel. So our Rosh Yeshiva, our founder, Rav Noach Weinberg Zatzal, said, if people are going to give their life for the Jewish people, then you better live your life for the Jewish people. If people are going to die a meaningful death, then you better live a meaningful life. So all these kids your age who are giving their lives to something real, and they're in the highest place in heaven now, and they look down on you, don't feel guilty when I say this. Feel inspired. They're going to think, was it worth giving my life up for this guy? What's he doing? Is he using his life? I've lost my life now. I don't have a life anymore, but I died for him. So how many people died so that we can sit here opposite the holiest place on the face of the planet? So you've got to live your life. You've got to be a soldier. You've got to be a warrior. You've got to change yourself. You've got to change the world. Now, by the way, not only is this the best year of your life, it's actually the foundation for the whole rest of your life. This is where you build self-esteem. This is where you build your greatness. And what defines you in life, more than how rich you are, and more than how good looking you are, and more than how many muscle ups you can do, is how good a husband and father you are. Are you going to be a good husband and father? Will your wife adore you? Will your children respect and adore you? Well, that depends on this year, basically. This is your opportunity. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a struggle. But there's only one thing that is going to determine how good your year is. There's only one thing that is going to determine how good your year is. And it's actually not the food. And it's not even the rabbis. And it's not even the other guys on the program. There's only one thing that's going to determine how good your year is and how good your life is, and that is your attitude. If you have a good attitude to life, you'll have a good life. And if you have a bad attitude, you don't know me, why me, leave me alone, victim, you'll have a bad life. So the main thing you have to do coming into this program, and you can ask questions, you can say, I don't believe in God, I'm struggling with this. We like that, we want that, but not cynical, not negative, just real. I just want to grow, I want to do something with my life. And most people in the world aren't living great lives. They're getting by, they're hanging in there, they can't complain, they don't have great marriages, they're not doing meaningful stuff. This is your chance. One factor and one factor only defines how great your year is, and that's your own attitude. If you're going to drag yourself out of bed at 10 o'clock and show up and just put other people down and stuff, you're not going to have a good year, you're not going to become a great person, you're not going to have a great life. This is it. We understand sometimes you won't be able to get up when we want you to get up at 4:30. Oh, it's not my yeshiva, sorry. This yeshiva. My yeshiva, you're getting up at 4:30. Cold plunge. This yeshiva, we let you get up at 7:30 because we're soft on you. But get up. Just show up. You don't like davening. You don't believe in God. You don't understand it. So don't daven, but show up. Show up. Just be there for the team. And then ask your questions and grow. Just show up. By the way, who are you showing up for? You're showing up for yourself and your wife and your children and for the rest of the people here. So your Rebbeim, I'm telling you, I've worked in many, many yeshivas in many places. The Rebbeim here are the greatest people on the face of the planet. I'm not joking. They're amazing husbands. They're amazing fathers. They're amazing Rebbes. They actually, truly, deeply care about you. They're very invested in you. So you have to be invested in yourself. Take advantage of this. So we're doing Teshuva. Bishvili nirat olam. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So the Rambam says, what's the shofar for? It's saying, Uru, Uru, wake up. People are walking around like a zombie. You're asleep. You're a zombie. You just want to be Goggins. 5,000 pull-ups in 8 seconds. Well done, man. Dude, YOLO, FOMO. No. Wake up. Be conscious. Be a conscious, great person doing great things. Wake up. So I'm going to share a story. I lived in Asia for 6 years. I wasn't religious at the time. And I did lots of 10-day silent meditation retreats. I got black belt in Taekwondo, brown belt in Aikido, trained in Shaolin. I fasted once for 7 days, only 2 small cups of water. 3 of the days, small piece of papaya for cleansing. And I was sitting in an ashram in India. And the guru told a story. He said, once upon a time, there was a pregnant lioness. Actually, he didn't speak like that because it was Israeli, obviously. He said, once upon a time, there was a pregnant lioness. And she was about to give birth. And she was walking too close to the edge of the cliff. And she fell down the cliff. And she rolled down the cliff. And she died. She died at the bottom of the cliff. But as she died, she gave birth to the lion cub. So the lion cub looks around. And he can't see what's going on, but suddenly he sees animals. And he says, this must be my family. So he goes up to one of the big animals and he cuddles up and he drinks some milk and he joins the pride. But he made a mistake because he was born into a flock of sheep. So he was born into a flock of sheep. So he thought, I must be a sheep. And he starts thinking like a sheep and acting like a sheep and speaking like a sheep. Ma, and eating grass. Not smoking grass, eating grass. And he has sheep values. And he learns Masechtas sheep. And he knows a Gematria of sheep. And he plays sheep games. And he's being a sheep. Now what is he? A lion or a sheep? What is he? He's a lion. He's a lion. He's being a sheep. But he's a lion. He's just thinking, speaking, acting like a sheep. Just following everyone else. Doing their stupid little bouncing around, eating their little grass. Meh. And then one day the Lion King comes along. Mufasa. The Lion King comes along and he's hungry. And he said, I need something to eat. And he sees a flock of sheep. And he gets very excited. And he starts chasing the sheep. And he's running after the sheep and the sheep are running away. And suddenly in the middle of the flock of sheep, he sees a lion cub. He's like, what's going on? Why is there a lion cub in a flock of sheep? So he runs over and he picks up the lion cub by the back of his neck. And he's like, what are you doing? And the lion cub, lamb, sheep says, ma. And the Lion King, and this is actually his father, it's his son. He said, my son, you're a lion. And the little lion, lamb, sheep cub is like, ma. And the Lion King says, what are you doing? He goes, I'm running away from the lion, ma. He goes, you are a lion, you idiot. No, I'm not. I'm a sheep. My mom's a sheep. My dad's a sheep. My friends are sheep. My girlfriend's a sheep. Ma. So he takes the little lion cub, lamb, sheep to the water and he says, look in the water. And he looks in the water and he gets the reflection of a lion cub. And he freaks out, like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not really me. You're tricking me. That's fooling me. That's not who I am. And then he lets out a roar. Ah! Like Mufasa in the elephant graveyard with Nala and Simba and the hyenas. And something in the little lion cub wakes up and he's like, oh my goodness, I'm a lion. I've been being a sheep my whole life. I thought I was a sheep and I'm thinking, speaking, acting like a sheep, but really I'm a lion. And at that moment he realized I'm a lion. I want to have a relationship with my father, the Lion King. But then he has to start retraining how he thinks, how he speaks, how he acts. This is Teshuva. This is Teshuva. You are great. You are a soul. You are a Jew. You got born into a body and a society. And your society is all about Candy Crush and Subway Surfers. And other things. And I'm coming up to you. And all the Rebbeim are coming up to you and saying, you're a lion. You're Yehuda. You're a Yehudi. And you're like, meh. YOLO, FOMO. And I'm like, dude, you're a lion. Be a lion. So that's what tshuva is. Tshuva is saying, not that I'm bad. People think tshuva is I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. Opposite. Tshuva is saying I'm good. I'm so good. I'm so great. I can do so many good things. I don't have to put people down and roast them. Very low people roast people. Very well thought out people with self-worth uplift people. Stop roasting people. That's being a sheep. Ma. Be a lion. Uplift people. Do good things. Get out of bed. Show up. So once you realize, hold on, tshuva is not saying I'm bad. Tshuva is saying I'm great. I am a lion. Then you got to start working on yourself now. Train your speech. Stop speaking Lashon Hara. Lions don't speak Lashon Hara. Sheep speak Lashon Hara. Lions don't speak Lashon Hara. Lions don't get out of bed at 8 o'clock. They get out of bed at 7:15, at least. Sheep get out of bed at 8, or even 7:30 already, a bit sheepy. So this is tshuva. I'm so great, but now I got to train myself. Thought, speech, action become great. Do you understand what I was saying? Okay, I want everyone to stand on the chair, please. Not going to crumble. Okay, check it. Shh. This is what we're going to do. We're going to roar. We're going to roar like a lion. And this is how you're going to do it. And if you're too embarrassed to do it, it's something you have to break through. And if you're too cool to do it, it's something you have to break through. And if you have too low self-esteem to do it, that you've got to break through. And if you have too much arrogance to do it, you've got to break through it. This is what we're going to do. Actually, sit down again.
Yeah, I don't
Because I have to show you. This is what we're going to do. You're going to go like this. You're going to breathe out like this. And then you're going to breathe in like this. Ah! Do you understand your instructions? Say yes, master. Are you ready to do it?
Yes,
and by the way, let go. Don't hold back. Get on your chair.
If I don't hear the ball
Okay. Shh. Shh. So remember what we're doing first. First we're going down and breathing out. Going down and breathing out. Then we're coming up. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Should we do one more?
Okay.
One more time. One more time.
Let's go. Okay, we're going to do it. Anyone who feels they could let go a little bit more, let go a little bit more. Just loosen your neck and shoulders a bit. Shake out 2 arms and 1 leg. Shake it out a bit. Okay, you ready? Okay, after 3 you go down. You release, then you come up, then you release. They got to hear it. 1, 2, 3. Sit down! Sit down! Whoa! We're now going to finish with 30 seconds of silence. And in that silence, I want you to breathe through your nose and set your kavanah for the year. I want you to breathe through your nose and think to yourself, I want to be great. I want to stop being a sheep. I want to be a lion. Are you ready? You can close your eyes if you want to. Keep them open. Let's go. 30 seconds. Try not to giggle. Stay focused. Go.